What's happening, everybody? Don't walk under a ladder. Don't open an umbrella indoors. And I hope a black cat doesn't cross your path today. But hey, you are lucky because you tuned in to Punchlines. Welcome inside the South Point Hotel and Casino, where it will be packed all weekend for NCAA and NFL action. This show, it's a fun mix of sports, comedy, conversation, and some gambling advice. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And today's show, we're going to get you pumped up for the weekend like Jim Harbaugh does to Justin Herbert. Watch this little pregame thing they're doing. And by the way, Herbert's like, okay, that's enough. Okay, thanks, Coach. I love you too. All right, Coach, let's go. Okay, Coach. Okay, got it. Yep, pads are on. Yep, yep, back's good. Okay, I'm not choking. Okay, thank you. Okay, love you. And here's the replay. Is he frisking him? Is he checking for a wire? He is the Michigan coach that was amongst the cheating scandal. Maybe he's checking Herbert for a wire. That was a pretty good joke. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Behind the glass, who didn't laugh at any of those jokes. He's like Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th movies. He scares me because he is relentless in how he attacks stats, graphics, information, and one-liners. He does love hockey, but doesn't wear a mask. Our producer, Ryan McCormick. Woo! Ryan, spill the salt on today's show. Just make sure you throw some over your left shoulder. Superstitions, Friday the 13th. See what I did there?
I did.
Clever.
Yeah. It was a good open. So we've got, oh my God.
Is there music playing?
There's a cat going across the screen. Okay.
Wait, I missed it!
That's not good luck.
Wait, where'd the black cat go? Can we see it again?
You want to see the black cat again?
Oh, no! Oh, we're not going to have a good show now. What's on your shirt there? You got a little bunny.
It's a rabbit with the number 13 in it.
But rabbits are like lucky. Rabbit's foot is lucky.
Rabbit's foot is lucky, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got a bunch of good stuff coming up on this episode. We've got a good guest, and we'll be talking stuff in the WNBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, and college football. So you got to stick around.
Wait, it's going to be a lucky show. We have two guests, actually. On the show, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Friday, and there's no better way to kick off the weekend. Always a fun time, because when you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Super Jeff Parles ain't the way. That was a Stevie Wonder intro, because he's our good luck charm around here. The host of Sports by the Book, celebrating their 300th episode, I understand. Jeff Parles this year, ladies and gentlemen.
JP.
Yes, Jeff with the King's way. Are you a superstitious person, Jeff?
I'm not.
No?
I'm not, except when it comes to gambling.
Right.
That's the only time that I
would
have
mean
any
you're superstitious.
any sort of superstition. Oh no!
What's that? Oh, no, I'm under a ladder. Oh, no. And don't do it.
Just don't put any cracks on the ground for Frank.
Oh,
please.
no,
Please,
just break your mom's back.
Please don't do that.
Don't do that.
But it's good to be here as always. It's it's always a fun time, and
the best.
I will tell you, I'm a little frightened today, because even though I'm not superstitious,
Right.
the way that our great crew is setting us up for some sort of bad luck with the black cat, not once but twice, because you missed
Well,
it
I missed
there.
the first one.
And now a ladder. Oh, there it is again.
Well,
Oh,
no,
he's
no.
like,
It comes
Well,
in threes.
see,
As long as it stays in threes, we're good.
Yeah, it was. See, I was going to say, I
There
think
we
we
go.
need to. Three is that what it is?
Oh yeah, you said comedy happens in threes.
Comedy does happen. I don't say
More
it. It's
so,
truth.
yeah. Bad things happen in threes.
Okay.
all right.
Let's not think
We
bad
need two
things.
more ladders and we're in good shape.
Yeah. And, well, we're going to be giving Friday the 13th picks of the day later. So if they hit, congratulations. If they don't, we can be like, well, it's Friday the 13th. So, well, I don't know if Ryan's giving one. We don't know. We never know anymore. You have to wait and see in 32 minutes. Listen, if he doesn't give one, that's okay, because we will have extra picks coming today from the one and only Kevin Belenkoff. Will be appearing via satellite. Is it still satellite or is it just cell phone? Yeah. Via video. Yeah, that's what I used to, when we had a lot of guests, via the video. So via the video and sitting in the studio. So we were sitting in the studio. Via the video, Kevin Belenkoff will be here. He said he had some picks, and he's looking to have a big NFL weekend. So Kevin will join us in about 45 minutes. So, but regular picks will be at 12:36. I think we should do something funny right now. Comedy. We got to wipe away all this stuff. Now, Jeff, if Jeff hasn't seen this, I think Jeff particularly will enjoy this clip.
Okay.
So, Ryan, let's set this up a little bit. This is a Detroit Lions game.
Yep.
Okay. And there's a guy there. What's going on? It's like the team, everyone's up on their feet having a good
I think
time.
the Lions had just scored or something from last night's game.
Celebratory atmosphere.
Might have, something like that. But this guy wasn't in the same kind
Okay,
of
Drew,
mindset.
crank up the volume for Parles on this one. This is funny. Okay, so we're open, right? Okay, so now here, watch this guy.
Every night for the past 2 months, I've been waking up in a cold sweat because I have this reoccurring dream where I'm trapped in this dark room and there's no doors and no windows and I can't get out. And I feel like deep down, that's because my biggest fear in life is being alone. I'm afraid to be alone and I want to act like it doesn't bother me, but it does. It bothers me very deeply. Nothing. I have him in my fantasy league. I can't believe he scored. Let's go, boys!
Little weird, but funny. Jeff, thoughts?
I'm speechless.
For once, ladies and gentlemen, snip this tape right now.
I have no response because I'm so baffled by what I just watched.
I want that as a keyboard key on Ann's keyboard, so we can just go to Jeff going, "I'm speechless" every once in a while. Let's do that. Well, I mean,
I can't believe what I just saw, Frank.
I can't believe what I just saw. Is that Jack Buck?
Yeah, the Gibson homer.
The Kirk Gibson homer.
Yeah, but no,
pretty funny.
That was my thought at first was, boy, that dude's shrink is going to get a lot of money over the next month.
But then,
and honestly, when it ended, I thought that shrink is going to get even more money by the end of the month.
Well, he mentioned something called fantasy football. I know we have a league here. I forget the results last week. I beat somebody.
Congratulations,
Thank
Frank.
you. I know you don't.
Congratulations, your kicker outscored Garrett Wilson on Monday night.
Jake Moody had an unbelievable game. I think he had like 26 points.
26 points for a kicker.
I am playing this weekend.
By the way, I have one question for our commissioner, Ryan McCormick.
Okay.
Because there's something in this league I've never seen before.
Okay.
And it has to do with defensive scoring.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen the yardage get held against people before.
Oh, really?
I've never seen that before.
Wait, so the more yards you lose
because
points?
Kansas City, because the main reason that I even noticed was Kansas City went negative on Thursday night because they gave up a bunch of yards to Baltimore. And every other league I was in, Kansas City had like 1 or 2. They didn't have a lot of points, but they didn't have negative. So that was one thing that I was a little surprised to see.
Yeah.
And it actually is playing a role in why I'm not playing a certain defense this week.
Okay.
Well, so I didn't change any of the scoring. That's just kind of the standard.
Is that what ESPN standard is now?
So,
ESPN standard is stupid.
Every time I used to do...
This is not a you issue. It's an ESPN issue.
Every time I used to do CBS Sportsline, which you tell me it
doesn't exist anymore.
Hasn't been CBS Sportsline since when?
At least 2008.
Okay. That all passing touchdowns were 6 points, so I don't understand why.
No, that's been... as long as I've been playing fantasy football, I think other than the first year,
I don't like it.
Before. It's okay. I'm now checking what CBS Sportsline's history is.
Okay, you check that, and I'm going to say it's time for roll call. And that's
just the comment on the yardage. I think it's better for if your defense is allowing 400 yards and you're not getting negative points for that.
Okay.
Isn't good.
I noticed the Steelers didn't score a lot of points. They only gave up 1 touchdown, and they didn't have a ton of points. But I think the Bears had 2 touchdowns, so that was good. Okay. Yeah. All right, it's time for roll call. Let's see who's in here. Let's see who's in our chat room. We have the best chat room. We call them the Punchies. If you're watching the show, you would like to comment, you can. All you have to do is subscribe to the page, and within 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, you can enter. So there we go. Did we see the roll call thing, or did I miss it?
It's lost.
Oh, it's lost. That's okay. We can do it without it.
Uh-oh, it's Friday.
It's Friday the 13th. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Well, that was kind of the question I led off the show with. It was, are you superstitious? And then, what is your favorite Stevie Wonder song? Stevie Wonder songs, I went Sir Duke off of Songs in the Key of Life, greatest double album ever. That, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I Wish, which I love, and Living for the City. Dean Hilt said Stevie's best is superstition. Here's his superstition, Dean Hilt. I never change my bet, even if the ticket writer gives me the wrong ticket. I keep it, then bet my correct ticket. I agree. Because if you don't take that one, you're like, oh, it's a sign. It's a good one.
For what it's worth, is for Stevie Wonder, one of the best there has ever
He's amazing.
Done. Our wedding song is For Once in My Life.
Oh, great song.
So that's another great one.
I mean, I think Aaron
that's
O'Connor.
That's what we did our first dance for.
Aaron O'Connor said, Isn't She Lovely?
Also great.
Which has the birth of his child at the end. I think her name is, Aisha, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, favorite Stevie song, the one he did on The Cosby Show, Jamming on the One. Keith, Jamming on the One. That was with Theo. Yeah, I remember that. Or who was the kid? Theo, yeah. B-Town Dummy. I'm superstitious about Nicotero's picks. Not sure the last time Frank saw a Bronx Tale, but that's me running across the street. Yeah, he owes me money. Trisha knows me money.
You know Ryan money, too.
I don't know. We're down to one. I have told you guys, whenever you feel you know what we're going to do with the money, I'm ready. I got 180 on me right now.
Yeah, you just felt the need to take it out yourself to pay Zany.
Well, why wouldn't I? Why? If instead of taking money from everybody, I just subtracted it from there.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the same thing with the apparent 180.
But wait, I subtracted the money.
I apologize for getting everyone on this.
No, that way no one had to pay for it.
Okay.
I got it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Took it out of the thing.
It's okay.
Would you rather throw 5 in?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference?
Then we have 215 to do something with versus 180 to do something with.
You guys find something. Bronx Tale equals the mush. Exactly.
I'll give you $1.
What? JR started working for CBS Sportsline in 2004, but it was just Sportsline then. Became CBS Sportsline in 2005 or 2006. I left in 2011, and it was still CBS Sportsline.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what JR says.
All right, I'll buy it.
Well, 2011 is about
2011. That was the year I graduated high school. So
thanks for that.
yeah, no
All
problem, buddy.
And he says you are the sunshine of my life. That's another good
That's
one.
also a
an
good one.
elementary
No,
school at that
we
point.
Is it really a bad choice with a Stevie
we
Wonder
could be
song?
here all day. If is another one I like. If is a great song. Let's move on to we're doing That's Crazy because of the cat. We're letting the cat out on Friday, 13th. Go for it, Ann. What is this? Oh my God, a mirror broke. Who made that? Caden. Outstanding. There you go.
I don't think I've ever been so scared.
I know.
The
We
show
should
before.
dim the lights.
Even being in with Zany doesn't scare me this much.
But happy birthday, Bob Zaney, this week. Anyway, it's time for That's Crazy. We don't usually do That's Crazy. We usually do Lines of the Night, but we figured it's cat themed, so we had to do Black Cat. So there you go. It's the 4th time we've seen the cat, so we need to see it 2 more times, and just note to self. Okay. Jeff, what do you have for That's Crazy?
What do I have for That's Crazy, Ryan? Is that my line of the night that I sent you? Okay.
It all fits. It doesn't matter.
So Josh Allen, entering last night, had thrown in all 13 games against Miami for multiple touchdowns. No other quarterback had gone more than 10 consecutive games
Wow.
against a single opponent with throwing 2 or more touchdown passes at any point in their entire career. Marino never did it. Favre never did it. Montana. Brady never did it. None of them. Never. Allen did
Mitch
it.
Trubisky.
13. Did Trubisky even play 13 games against the divisional
Todd
opponent for the Bears?
Marinovich.
Probably not.
No.
You have to play 6.5 years
Todd
in order to have that.
Blackledge.
Are you just naming Penn State guys now? I mean,
well, Marinovich was USC.
when Sean Clifford ends up getting the Packer job, you want to mention him too?
By the way, 13. Did you notice the significance of your line of the night? 13. It's the 13th.
I also
Jeff didn't even realize
I didn't even realize I did it. But because of the spooky nature of Friday the 13th, even though yesterday was Thursday the 12th,
Right.
Josh Allen only threw 1 touchdown pass last night.
He only threw
31-10 win for Buffalo.
So
So
the
that
streak's
streak,
broken.
see you later.
The game
done at 13.
The game ended after midnight on the East Coast. No, it didn't. I was going to say, because then that would be 13th.
That would make sense why I had to replace my car battery yesterday. See, Friday the 13th is coming up. The car just did it 1 day early.
By the way, my car battery is underneath my spare tire in the back of my car. Just a little fun fact about my
the one that's running your car is all in the back?
It's in the back, yeah.
That's interesting.
That's how Ferrari does it.
Okay.
Kia, Ferrari, they're all the same, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought you were going to give yourself a Maserati, in all honesty.
No.
No.
It's Italian. Vinny! All right. Ryan, do you have a line of the night or should I go? Sometimes you have an order. Go for it.
Well, yesterday
That's crazy.
Yeah, we looked at a Jay Kuda stat
Kuda.
of the heaviest quarterbacks winning in week 1. He
I
decided
got a disturbing picture of Patrick Mahomes.
decided to do a couple more stats for the week 1 quarterbacks. So he charted since 2000 the number of games that had a 300-yard passer in week 1 and a 100-yard rusher. So this week, or in week 1, was the lowest since 2000, with only 2 300-plus yard passers, and there were 6 100-yard rushers, which is kind of in the middle. The lowest we've seen is 2 or 3 in 2016, 2013, and 2020. But then on the right side, age of quarterback.
Okay, this is good. And
That is an even number, and age of quarterback that is an odd number. Those quarterbacks both went 8 and 8.
What is this man
And then
doing?
if you threw for an even number of passing yards in week 1, or if you threw for an odd number of passing yards in week 1, there were 16 of each, meaning that each went 8 and 8. How that happens, I don't know.
I don't know. But let me tell you something right now. Ryan has tried to direct message Jay Kuda. I have tried. Keith Lau's trying. We need Jay Kuda. If you know him, he's in the Chicago area. And if you're in Chicago, find Jay Kuda. We want you on the show because we have to know your thought process. How does one do this, Jeff?
I don't know. The weight one was one of the most ridiculous ones I've ever heard.
The
weight one is just like, how do you come up with it?
I don't know.
I credit Ryan for having us experience
the
existence of Jay Kuda and
Brookskate. He brought him in.
Before Ryan, I knew Ryan McCormick. I didn't know who either of those two guys were on Twitter.
Never heard of them.
And they're two of my favorite Twitter accounts.
They're the best.
Period.
I'm into OptaStats now. I think
OptaStats is great. Yep.
And Sarah
Langs.
Sarah Langs,
who is
tremendous.
Yes.
Though if you're not following them, follow them and follow all of us, of course. Ryan finds everything, man. And
You'd mentioned Brookskate. Brookskate has gone silent.
No.
He has not tweeted since August 23rd. I don't
when
know.
was his appearance on the show?
Did the White Sox do him in for good?
I don't know what happened, but Jordan hasn't tweeted in.
That's interesting because now that you say that, we haven't seen anything on our program for a while.
We're gonna need to check on.
Maybe he got a rich job. We have to check on him.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sports by the Book, which we weren't. I see the logo. Sports by the Book. Ryan, what's your schedule this week with Sports by the Book?
So Mondays and Thursdays now going forward, Jeff Parles and I will be doing the Football Frenzy in the afternoon. So 3 to 4 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays.
You're in that chair.
Sports by the Book.
Ryan's
channel.
making the move. And we're getting a new set. It's coming. We're getting a new set. It's going to have a new look. It's going to be awesome. That's coming. It's coming. You know, contractors, 2 weeks, whatever. But we're going to have a new set soon, and we like seeing Ryan on camera. So that's good. That's exciting. So make sure you watch us. Follow Sports by the Book, at Sports by the Book on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Sports by the Book LV on Instagram. So,
very good. Good job.
Well, I have
I know, it's right there for you, but still good job.
I don't know if you saw, but I had one of the punch bowls for Alex was you have 10 seconds to
tell us the Sports by the Book schedule for a week.
In 10 seconds or less. Tell us the entire Sports by the Book schedule in 10 seconds or less. Do you think you could do it? Do you want to try it?
10 seconds or less?
Yeah, the whole schedule for Sports by the Book. Ready?
All right.
And start a clock and go.
Sunday through Friday at 9 a.m., Saturday at 8 a.m., Monday and Thursday at 3 p.m., Friday at 2 p.m. I got them all. That was it.
Ooh, you forgot.
Who did I forget?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I got it right. I got it right.
Bravo.
That was 6 seconds, right? 6 seconds? All right. Let's go.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My line of the night, whatever you want to call it. Jeff, this is something you might do. This feels like a Jeff thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, do you look at referees that are working the games?
Oh, look at you. Look at you. I do look at this, but
now, this is another one I saw on Twitter that I don't know if I
Frank.
Go ahead, throw it up there.
Frank, there's not a conspiracy for against the Steelers. You do realize
this guy is not a Steeler fan. So when Clete Blakeman is the referee, 3-10 straight up. And then against the spread, 4-9. Broncos are -2.5 in Denver. Russell Wilson officially listed as questionable, which means Justin Fields will most likely be that quarterback.
This is such a great revenge spot for Russ. It's so aggravating that he's not able.
Arthur Smith had the Atlanta revenge. I know.
Arthur Smith still didn't know who his best running back was, but that's a different argument for a different day.
Wait, it was Najee or according to, Warren was hurt. He had a hamstring issue.
But
anyway,
regardless. But you're in a scenario here with this where you also forget the ref thing because I think that's more circumstantial more so than anything. Denver is usually unbelievable in the first 3 weeks of the season at home.
Okay.
And I think you can figure out why, Frank. Because of the elevation.
The training,
5280 is the highest in the NFL. But after watching a lot more of that Denver game than I wanted to last Sunday, because I had Seattle in my survivor pool.
I had them in the contest.
So I had to make sure that Seattle got it done. And really, honestly, they won by the least amount of points they possibly could have won them. This Denver team stinks.
Yeah, I think so, too.
This Denver team stinks. So
Joey B, chime in on that.
Yeah, they stink. So, oh, man. We'll see how this all plays out. But that is a fun stat, though.
And a very clever title for that one, a zebra-painted Bronco. I like that, Ryan. Good job. There it is, zebra-painted Bronco. So, Cleat, get your head out of your cleats and whatever. Hey, listen, this is my letter, my direct appeal to Cleat Blake, to the ref.
Cleat
Blakeman. TJ Watt's held on every play. Call it. There we go. All right, that's it. No more Black Cats. We're done. We're closing up. That's crazy. Get rid of it. I don't want to see it. Nope. Okay, good. Here we go. No, in! Oh, no. Oh, petting it. What's the cat's name, man?
That is Crash the cat.
That's Crash. Yes, he's crashing the set. Ryan's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. You know why I'm on fire? Because I had some of this before the show. Joking. All right, it's time for Moonshine Moonshot. I'll get it right one day. Moonshine Moonshots. This right here is City Lights Shine. This is Brendan Gaughan's amazing liqueur. Is it a liquor? I don't know. It's moonshine, ladies and gentlemen. This is cherry lemon, his favorite flavor and the most popular. So what you can do, you can come down in September to the South Point. There's various ways you can win by playing slots and some other action. You can win yourself a free bottle. I was in the elevator with a lovely couple with Kyle Larson bottles the other day. Anyway, what we've been doing in September is showing all the home runs from the day before, the moonshots, and finding out what the farthest one was. What was it last night? I don't know. Let's roll them. So here we go, Ryan. What do we see here? Jason Hayward hit a homer for the Astros? He's on the Astros now, right? Yeah. I predicted Atlanta. Didn't happen. Mason Wynn, unbelievable rookie year. Brent Rooker, speaking of... Not a lot of homers.
Only 14 homers hit last night. Brent Rooker hit one.
Brent what?
420 feet, which was the longest of the night. But for the first time while doing Moonshine Moonshots, this longest home run of the night would not have been a home run in all 30
every
ballparks.
Park. That's right. Okay,
the
how many?
Only ballpark that it would not have been a home run in is Colorado. So 29 out of 30. Brent Rooker's home run last night would have been a home run.
If you would have given me 30 guesses,
Colorado would have been last.
Would have been last. Because you think thin air, you think Colorado. Definitely would have been last.
Yeah.
It would have been another Stephon Diggs situation here. I would have gone Colorado. You guys would have been like, it's the only team. Well, it's not Colorado. Yes, it is. Yeah, great. Only 14 homers last night.
Yep.
Interesting. All right, Moonshine Moonshots. Get your bottle of booze now. All right, it's time for Jeff Parles' favorite thing. It's Parles Punch Bowls with Parles.
Well, before we
get before that, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we can start it. Just a quick question from Minidar in the live chat.
Yeah, please.
Wondering if Sports by the Book is going to have a UFC capper on for tomorrow's 306.
Sorry, football is on Saturday, but we will check in with Lou and see if he has anything for you.
There you go.
That's the way we can do it, and we will put it in the chat tomorrow. So make sure you're watching and put it in the chat.
And we will be slightly talking about the UFC event in the Punch Bowl, but we have a graphic, Jeff. You haven't seen the Punch Bowl graphic yet.
I have, actually.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I saw when Caden was creating it, actually.
Oh, you saw the process. Here it is. It's time for Punch Bowl pundits.
It's very futuristic.
It's very spa. I feel like I should be getting a Shih Tzu massage. Shiatsu.
That's a dog, Frank.
Nice.
That happens. I got kicked last night. All right, Jeff, you go first. We got a lot in there today. We're going to get to them all. Picks coming up in about 13 minutes. Will Ryan have one? We don't know. But Jeff
Ryan won't. I feel good about
push
that.
Push the ball this way, please, and then. Okay.
Now I got to pick one.
What will the Dolphins versus the Seahawks line be next week?
Now, I'm just saying because we don't know.
Did you write this one?
I did.
Thanks, Frank.
Why? Well, I was just guessing. I figure it's
okay, so let's do this.
Seattle. What is it?
So let's do this. I don't remember.
Seattle's playing the Patriots.
Yeah, I got to see what the look-aheads were before the injury, and then
so they do have look-aheads. Now, see, this is something I'm familiar. So Jeff, who loves the Punch Bowl, immediately
give me 1 second
hates
here.
The first one.
I do, but it's okay. I'm allowed to dislike things from time to time.
It was Miami minus 1.5.
Yeah, if it was that what it was before? Yeah, it was. So
and where is that game being played?
It's in Seattle.
Okay.
Thompson's 6 points less than Tua at least. I think it depends on the result this week.
Right.
But if we're just going straight off of the quarterback swap, it's Seattle 6.5 or 7.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, at home, Seattle.
I think it's a 7-point swing from Tua to Thompson, personally.
Okay.
And I don't even love Tua that much. I just think Thompson's a weak backup.
Yes, and there's another question coming about that, but what do you say?
I fully agree. I don't know if it opens that high. I think it might open.
It depends on what happens on Sunday.
Yeah.
If Seattle loses outright, it'll come in a little lower. It might get bet up.
If I see it at a 5.5, I'll probably take it there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. This is why I wanted to hear Jeff's breakdown.
You know what? We did process of elimination.
There you go. By the way, I crumple them up. I just throw them on the floor.
I'm not gonna litter.
Why pick them up? It's not like I'll
leave them
there.
right here.
I always pick them up and then I change the lights.
You know what I'm gonna do? It was a question.
Always.
It was a question I answered.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sign it and devalue the paper even more.
I always pick up the paper and I always reset the lights.
Just like you always watch the clips that we send.
I see the first half of the clip and I go, this is great. And then I'm like, oh, the guy coming on the jet ski. I'm a very busy man. There's a lot
Very good, McCormick.
going on. Oh, he's already ripped on me last week for it. He'll never top. Oh, well, Jeff Garland apparently is really difficult to work with. And Ryan goes,
I didn't even look up.
All right. Here's the next one. Thoughts on the UFC fight at the Sphere this weekend. Now, I saw Dana White on TV saying it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen at the Sphere, because I saw you too, as we see how it works. He goes, you're going to be immersed. These fights are going to start with the dawn of time, and they're going to be different worlds, with the last fight being in a future world. I don't know what it all means, but I think it's going to be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to intro each fight with like a little mini movie.
A mini movie, yeah.
It's going to be something that we've never seen before.
Now, I haven't pay-per-viewed a fight. What UFC number is this? Like
306.
306? 306. Again, I'm telling you, I watched like number 3 and 4 with my buddy Gino Crognoli. Gino! And my cousin Greg, in like 90s. And there were no time limit. There were no rounds. It was just go.
No weight limits either.
No weight, nothing. All you couldn't do was, I think, gouging, and I think the crotch was off.
That's good. That's
eye gouging and crotch. Couldn't do, but they were brutal and whatever. So I don't know, Jeff. I don't know how much UFC you watch or follow.
Not my thing. That's why we usually go to Lou. But it is
curious.
I'm very curious on how this looks. And
right down the street.
And Dana White claims this is a one-time deal.
Yeah.
He claims that I'm not buying that. But I will tell you this: if you're boxing, if you're the sport of boxing, which used to own this town, and it does not anymore.
Yeah.
If this looks good on Saturday, and there's no reason to think it won't,
right?
Get your behinds and get those big fights in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that, all right, it's not as big as the other venues.
Right.
It's okay, fine.
But the pay-per-view.
Get the pay-per-view and go with a little bit of a gimmick to get people to watch your fights again and pay for the pay-per-views, because boxing, as we know, is a sport going the wrong direction, because the people that are leading it don't know what they're doing.
And I hate to sound like the oldest person in the room, but I am. I do miss. I mean, I grew up in the Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray, Larry Holmes.
Neither of us were alive, obviously, but I like high-end boxing a lot more than I like high-end UFC. That's just me personally.
Without a doubt. Ryan's, it's a generational thing. He's got his bobblehead going.
Well, high-end, I would take UFC over boxing.
No.
But I mean, like, I got to see Pacquiao Mayweather. That was the biggest one I got to see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that fight also sucked.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's why I went. Yeah.
But that was supposed to be.
But the heavyweight, I mean, Tyson Holyfield. I mean, I saw Muhammad Ali fight on ABC.
I mean, look, if I didn't lose so much money on that Fury Wilder fight right before the pandemic, I'd like boxing even more. But that was probably one of the worst set of bets I've ever made.
How much was it?
It was more than it should have been, Frank. Let's just go with that.
Ryan, this is for you. Oh, it's a question to Jeff from Ryan. Well, you can both answer it, though.
Okay, go ahead.
He's already kind of good. Jeff, is it fair or unfair that Alex White has a fantasy co-manager? Do you know, are you aware of this?
I was not aware of this.
So the other day, Ryan, right before the show, goes, hey, Alex. And she's like eating her saltines and typing on her thing. And she's like, you have a co-manager of your team? Someone named Thomas. We don't know much about this person except for he works at the ballpark.
Is it our league?
Yes, our league.
I think it's auto disqualification.
Auto disqualification. Alex White, you're out.
I think it's auto disqualification.
I mean,
she does have two as her quarterback, so she's already on her way.
And Jordan Love is her other one.
Well,
Caden, are you playing her this weekend?
I am.
No, I'm against Caden this week. So.
Oh, okay.
So Caden's team's good, even though it didn't have a great night last night. But Caden has a good team. It's a good team.
High score last week. So what do we do?
I only say this partially in jest, but as I think about it more, I think it's less jest than anything.
There's money involved
because the only co-managers we approved was the Family Matters team of Drew Dog and Ann,
and other touchdown.
We all knew like if Alex, let's say if Alex had Kenny as the co-manager, I'd be more willing to say okay. But
we have this mystery man that
I don't know who this person is.
Someone named Thomas.
I don't know who this person is. I don't know.
Aaron Pryor versus Alexis Arguello, Orange Bowl Classic. JR. I remember all the Arguello fights. And Aaron Pryor was one of my favorites. HBO showed them all. Thank you, HBO.
Are we doing another one here?
Yeah, we're doing them all.
We're doing them all.
Well, I think we got time.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Do you like Frank's new shirt?
Oh, okay. Well, there's one that we should talk about. That must be from Ryan, that one.
Is that the shirt you're wearing, or is it a different shirt?
No, it's this shirt. Is
I
it,
like that shirt.
Is it moraying a little bit on camera?
It is look a little interesting on it just because of the pattern, but
Well, moray is like when it was, right?
Frank, you look great.
Thank you. Don't ask me how much I spent on this.
I don't want to know.
I don't want people to know what kind of,
I don't need to know how much you
but
spent.
just know
Is it another one of your exclusive store shirts?
it is. And and by the way, I'll say the name. It's a Mark Anthony. I don't know. I think it's J-Lo's ex-husband, has a line of clothes, but I just want to say that there's a 2 in it. That's all I'm saying. $2.
So
$2.25.
I'm pulling. This is going to be for Ryan.
Ryan didn't say anything about my shirt. Hold on. Do you like the shirt? Okay.
Your shirt is nice.
Nice.
You
comfortable.
are usually very well dressed.
Well, I try.
Usually. Everyone has their bad days. I have my bad days. I probably have more bad days than good, but that's okay. All right. Dave Roberts hasn't closed the door
Yes.
on Shohei Ohtani pitching
Playoff
in
relief.
the playoffs out of the bullpen.
I saw this yesterday
Ryan
and I was
McCormick?
like, that's a punch bowl topic.
Any thoughts?
I don't think it happens.
I would be floored if it happens.
I would be floored, but the fact that he left the door open is very, very curious. That the Dodgers, first of all, they've invested $700 million. Do you want a guy after getting TJ going out there and maybe pitching in relief?
Well, when he hasn't pitched in simulation at all this year.
Well, no, he did it. Well, he did a bullpen session August 29th. I read.
There is absolutely no reason for the Dodgers
There
to
isn't.
do this. And also, too, one other thing from the Dodgers is that Ohtani, part of the reason, not part of the reason, I think the main reason Ohtani's going to end up still winning the MVP tonight, despite not playing the field at all and despite not pitching at all this year, is because the man's going to go 50-50 more likely than not.
Wow, that was
And
a question last
if
week.
he starts, if you have him pitching, that eliminates the possibility of him really running in the postseason.
Correct. Exactly. And by the way, the Dodgers at the Braves tonight. Dodgers are favored on the road against the Braves. That's hard to believe. I mean, it's not, but it's 2 no-name
What,
pitchers.
the Dodgers are favored?
They are.
They
Minus
should,
115
they should
is
be.
what I'm showing.
They should be.
Yeah, the Braves. Everyone's forgotten about the Braves, but they're still there.
They're one game out.
I know, and I hate Atlanta, as we know. But okay.
Well,
So, yeah,
why do you hate
I would be
Atlanta,
surprised if he plays. All right, Ryan. Oh, that's Ryan's own card. Do you want me to do your own? one,
I
or-
just did one for him.
Well, one of them ties exactly with the last one. So
Well, wait, you 2 in there? We'll
Yeah.
get them both. All right, this one. I'm figuring this one's the one that ties in. Okay. When will Shohei reach 50-50? The 4 games in Atlanta, the 3 games in Miami, 3 in Colorado, 3 at San Diego, 3 in Colorado.
So hold on, wait.
Those are all road games?
no. So
Against.
I put at and then I put versus.
Oh, versus. Yeah. Most of them are on the road, but he does have 3 in Colorado coming up.
So
But
the
Atlanta,
3
Miami, Colorado.
So Ryan and I did this actually yesterday when we were messing around before Sports by the Book
I
Football
don't approve
Frenzy
of that
yesterday.
either way, but
So it's okay. It's okay. But the last series of the year is the one in Colorado, correct?
Yes.
And he needs 2 stolen bases and 3 homers.
Yes.
He's getting to 50 stolen bases this weekend. I'm throwing that out
Really?
there. He's
Against
getting to
the
50
Braves?
this weekend. Yes. He's getting to 50 steals this weekend. He's not getting to 50 homers this weekend.
I would agree.
So
okay, not in Atlanta, yeah.
you and I talked about, because stations put some numbers up.
Yep.
That last weekend in Colorado, that was, I think, the highest number, which was 12-1.
Yep.
If we get a streak where Ohtani stops hitting homers and we only have 2.5 weeks to go in the season. No homers in Atlanta, and then 1 homer and then 1 homer sits him at 49. He's going to get every at-bat humanly possible in Colorado, even if the Dodgers are out of it. I wouldn't mind taking a little sprinkle on that long shot in Colorado to get to 50-50 then, Frank.
Okay. I think he gets it. And I did say he'd get to homers before steals, but I could be wrong. You feel like the steals.
Well, if he hits 3 homers tonight, he will get the 50
I said he's going to hit
homers.
4 homers the other day. All right, Jack,
So if anybody's curious on the prices, to do it against Atlanta in this 4-game series, 8-1. To do it in the next series against Miami, which is where I think he gets at least his 49th, probably his 50th homer, it is even money. And then they host the Rockies and host the Padres. Hosting the Rockies is plus 120. Hosting the Padres is 4-1. The final series of the year, again, like Jeff said, in Colorado, 12-1. You can also bet him to not reach 50-50, and that is 450.
I mean, he's getting to 50. He's going to get there. But even though Aaron Judge hasn't hit a homer since Nixon was in office. So.
Real quick, well, we'll get to that. Best fight ever, says Craig Parles.
Yeah.
Leonard Hagler, watched on pay-per-view at a theater in Syracuse. Very sketchy venue, amazing fight. My best friend Mike and I watched that game, or that fight. He's a Hagler guy. I was a Leonard fight. fan. He didn't get Hagler down, so my buddy's like, but Sugar Ray outboxing. I agree with you, Craig. Then we went downtown. Never mind. We went downtown to Oakland, where Pitt is, and we drank a lot.
You went to the Oakland Zoo.
We did,
Yeah,
and
there
we
you go.
were not of age. But anyway,
How much longer does Prime last at Colorado? This is a great question
Go
that
for
I
it.
believe was from you,
it
right?
is. It's on a note card.
So Colorado plays Colorado State tomorrow. Of course, last year they played an amazing game that Colorado won in overtime, and
Yeah.
both teams ended up being horrible by the end of the year. He's not getting fired midstream. Like he's not
No.
resigning. He's
No.
not getting fired. He's not resigning midstream. But you have to really think that when Shador and Travis Hunter leave at the end of the year to go to the
Yeah.
NFL,
maybe
that it might be one of those mutual deals where it's like, hey, thanks for the publicity, Prime. We don't think this is working out. And for Prime, maybe, again, there could be some openings in the Deep South, and one of those programs could convince themselves, hey, this could work here when it probably will not. So that would be the way
it's
to do
time
it.
for picks, but go ahead. We'll do a speed round here. You got it. It's a good question.
I think he gets through this year.
Yeah.
And is given one more year of leeway.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. One more year, and he might get tired, or they might go, all right, your antics are done.
Yep.
But boy, he puts asses in the seats, though. All right, speed round. Speed round so we can get in picks. Who starts the majority of games for the Packers and Dolphins at quarterback?
Oh, boy.
Majority of Packer games.
Majority of Packer games still going to be Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Ryan.
Jordan Love's
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love's missing 3 games in most.
Okay,
It's still gonna
majority
be
of games for Dolphins.
not on the roster at the moment.
Ryan Tannehill?
I'm not sure who it will be, but they're not on the Dolphins roster.
You, Ryan?
I think we're going to get at least 2
You're
from
taking the field.
Skyler. I don't think we're going to get to see Tua again, period.
Really? You think he's done for the year?
I think his
Might
career
be
is
done,
over.
period.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Not to end on a down note, it is almost 12:30. When will Aaron Judge hit his next homer? The Paw Patrol jinx is real.
Tonight.
Aaron Judge?
I was going to say I'll go tomorrow.
Okay, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Punchline Picks at 12:37. 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday the 13th. You got to give us 1 minute. Me and Jeff and Jerry serenading you with that jingle that stays in your head. Jeff, do you have a pick at 12:36 and a half?
I have 3
3!
because this is what I'm going to do for you on Fridays, Frank.
Sounds like
gonna-
you're ready to tell.
I'm
This is what I'm going to do.
I'm going to give you 3 picks moving forward every Friday.
Parles parlay
and I'm going to
pick.
try to give
The
you
Parles
one.
parlay.
I'm going to try to give you one for Friday and then one for Saturday and one for Sunday.
Got
so
it.
we're starting off with tonight. I got a better number, but I'm just going to go with the pick for the number that are currently out there, predominantly on Arizona and Kansas State.
Okay.
I'm going to say Arizona plus the 7 is good.
Okay.
Still to take on the Wildcats. Don't go down to 6.5. There's some out there. Just take the 7. I took 7.5 earlier in the week,
Wow.
but still at 7. You have the better quarterback in Noah Fafita, even though I like Avery Johnson, the quarterback at Kansas State.
And the fact that he came back after playing for the Spurs all those years, it's amazing.
Very good. Very good. And coaching Alabama as well. Well done. And Ted McMillan is arguably the best receiver in the country. And
Wow.
both of these teams did not play well last week. Arizona really messed around with FCS Northern Arizona, the
Yeah.
Lumberjacks, Frank.
The Lumberjacks, I
As
wouldn't have known
Northern
that one.
Arizona is known for a lot of lumberjacks.
Yeah, there's so much.
And Kansas State really was in a fight last week. They won by a touchdown against Tulane in New Orleans. So
Okay.
I do like Arizona. I wouldn't be shocked if they win the game outright too.
Okay,
But we'll
Arizona?
take the 7.
What else you
with
got?
Arizona tomorrow. This is always a dangerous game, as Ryan McCormick knows. We're taking Hawaii in the mainland, taking the
Oh,
points.
it's not a 9 o'clock game you can chase.
Yeah,
All right, no.
we're taking Hawaii at Sam Houston. I really just don't think Sam Houston's any good. Now, I give you 4.5. Behind us is the best number in the world right now in Hawaii, if you like the Rainbow Warriors.
Okay.
It's 5.5 behind us. If you want to bet it at the South Point, go ahead.
Come on down.
Sam Houston beat Rice by 20 in week 1. I think that had more to do with Rice than it had to do with Sam
That's where
Houston.
Chris Boswell went to college, Rice. We found that
Well,
out
they
the
got
other day.
fried up in that game. So, and then Central Florida really put it on Sam Houston last week. I just don't think that Sam Houston.
So you
team
like
is that
Hawaii?
good. So I like Hawaii plus
All
the
right.
4.5. And then my favorite NFL one of the
Uh-oh,
week,
here we go.
the
This is
New
what I want.
England Patriots plus the 3.5
No!
against the Seattle Seahawks. I was fully
Riding that high.
I was fully prepared to bet New England regardless of
Right.
result last week in Cincinnati. Now the problem is the number came back a little bit. And now it was probably going to be 4.5, maybe even 5.
Yeah.
If New England looked bad, it was
Right.
probably going to be 6.
Right.
But I think New England's defense is game here. And Seattle's offense really took a long time getting going last week.
And is Kenny Walker, is he questionable?
I don't think we're going to see Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
I think
I have him on my
Charbonnet.
bench then. He's
but
benched.
I have
You're
New
benched,
England,
Kenny.
New England plus 3.5 is my favorite NFL one of the week.
All right, I love it. Ryan, Keith Lyle pointed out Parles' 3 picks on Friday is more than Ryan gives all week. But hey, it's quality, not quantity. Ryan, anything for the busy weekend of all college football and all pro football?
How about 3 NFL picks?
No, 3 NFL picks from Ryan. All right, go.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so we are going to Carolina.
He's doing it.
The Los Angeles Chargers are going
he's
to
doing
beat the Panthers by at least 6. They're going to cover the 5.5.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way.
No.
Chargers.
The Panthers are going to
John
be the
Harbaugh, I
worst
got
team in the
pumped
National
up by
Football League
seeing
this
him
week.
hitting Herbert's pads.
I will then be going to Minnesota. The 49ers are
Busy
going
traveling.
to cover against the Vikings. They are going to cover the dead number of 5.
The Vikings aren't as good as we think. They beat the Giants, right? So,
Yeah,
okay.
precisely.
All right.
And then the final one, one of the teams that blew their lead last week, not the Titans, not the Cardinals,
Jacksonville?
going with the Jags to
Okay.
cover the 3
At Trevor
at
Banks
home
Stadium.
At
Yeah.
Trevor Banks
Do
Stadium.
we have a post on that, or should we mention it?
Yeah, we can mention it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's Everbank Stadium, but
Everbank
they added a
Stadium.
TR to make it
It's
Trevor.
Trevor, yeah.
He thought it was very clever. It is very clever.
Did you think it was clever?
We did, Ryan and I even
Yeah.
talked about
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
And I was going to come up with a bunch of other
Yeah, I
ones.
forgot. Do you have any on the spot?
We'll save them for Monday.
Oh, well, I did come up with.
What?
Well, I guess
I was trying to think of a player.
Punchline picks at 12:39.
It's all right.
You do yours, and then I'll say my names.
Listen, this is the one that jumped out at me. I only have one. I want to put, let me check my 9-0 in September, and
Wait, are you really?
I am 9-0.
Wow.
All baseball.
Ask the lowest price that he's taken.
A 131. It doesn't freaking matter.
It's chalk September.
I had to bet all underdogs in August. I needed
Now
Frankie
you're betting
favorites.
all.
back.
Now you're betting all favorites.
That's. Oh no, the cat! Oh no, there goes my streak. I wanted 10-0 so badly.
Who do you have, Frank?
I have the Dallas Cowboys.
Are
and now
you
I'm
laying
scared.
the money line with the Dallas Cowboys?
I'll just take the point. I'll lay the points. What is the points again?
6.
6 against New Orleans.
Orleans.
I mean, New Orleans. Look who they scored 47 against the Panthers. Dallas coming home opener. I feel like they beat them by more than a touchdown.
I agree.
So that's why I like
that was going to be one of mine.
You like New Orleans?
No, that's not why I'm laughing.
What? Oh no, the ladder!
Oh, and you zoomed him out. Nice. You climb up the side of a ladder?
Okay. I'm parlaying all 7 of these picks. Coming in wearing a fur coat on Monday.
Joe Willie?
Fur. That used to mean you were rich back in the day when you were allowed to wear fur. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys. I think Alex agrees with me too. She quickly agreed. Dallas just seems too easy, but I'm going for 10-0, baby. I should have stuck with baseball maybe, but no, I'm going.
Well,
Dallas Cowboys.
what would you have taken in baseball today?
Well, when does Paul Skeens? No, it's Luis Ortiz at home. Kansas City. You know I'm a big fan of the Royals, so I don't know. I mean, you know what I'd look at? Phillies Mets though.
Good game.
I know, but Aaron Nola, big game pitcher against the Mets. Those two teams hate each other. Not betting the Nationals. I mean, the easy one was the Yankees. The Yankees you took 2 days ago. I took the Yankees last night, won 2-1 in extras. I'd look at the Yankees to sweep Boston because I think Boston just doesn't care anymore. Maybe the Yankees. So if it does hit, I'm 10-0. If it doesn't, that wasn't
It
my
never
pick.
a pick.
Zillion, Dallas. I can't believe I'm putting my streak on the Dallas Cowboys, who I hate.
I'm proud of you, Frank.
He says you dropped an F-bomb.
I said frickin'. Ryan?
He went back to
I'm not sure.
Okay. I said frickin'.
I don't know, actually.
He said at 12:41:51, you said the F-bomb.
No, I didn't.
All right,
I said frickin'.
Caden, you know what to do.
No, I said frickin'.
He said,
Yeah,
It doesn't frickin' matter.
yeah.
Frickin'. Yeah. Oh, if I would have said it, you would have known. I would have enunciated that. I
Man,
hit that
there goes
K sound.
There's Keith Lyle again. Just accusations across
I
the
know.
board from our guy Keith
I know.
Lyle.
I know. All right, that's all our picks right there. All right.
So just real quick, back to the Trevor Banks Stadium.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh,
The ones that I came up with
Yes.
are starting quarterbacks not currently on that team. So
Okay,
they
that's
would
all
have
right.
they would have to trade teams.
yeah.
The Dolphins, looking for a quarterback. Hard Rock Stadium. Go to the Niners. Get
Wait.
Brock Purdy. Hard Brock Stadium.
That's a good one. Hard Rock Stadium.
And then current quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, Will Levis. would then
Wow.
have to be traded to San Francisco.
Yeah, there you go.
Levi Levis.
Levis Stadium.
Levis is
Just give it
Instead
an
of Levi's.
apostrophe.
spelled the same way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very clever. All right, let's do we have our guest on no, we don't yet, right? So we have time to kill. That's fine. Why don't we do AI magic anyway? We'll hold the clip. But anyway, today is September 13th, Friday the 13th. It's National Peanut Day. No, it's not. Do we use that?
Well, it is.
No.
We didn't use it.
What?
I said, well, it
It
is,
is,
but we
didn't use
it.
that. International Chocolate Day. I mean, come on, you got to have some chocolate today. National Hug Your Boss Day. Aw.
Everybody give Ann a hug.
We'll give Ann a hug. Positive Thinking Day. Supernatural Day and National Blame Someone Else Day. So if I lose my pick, I'm blaming Jeff Parles.
I knew it.
And celebrity birthdays, nothing jumped out on me, so we went with Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Put them all in the AI magic machine. Here's what we got.
Oh.
Whoa, is that Freddy Krueger and Jason hanging out? Or okay, nice. And what's in their hands? And what is he handing them?
Blaming him.
He's blaming him for something. All right, and Jason eating chocolate. Okay, and then National Hug Your Boss Day. So Jason Voorhees is hugging the devil.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like Sutar, the one who destroyed Asgard. That's who that looked like there.
You went above my head on that.
Yeah,
one,
that's okay. It's okay. I went all nerd again. It's okay.
We went way over my head right there. All right, we're going to talk about 100 shows ago. 100 episodes ago, it was April 24th, and that's a very special day around here, ladies and gentlemen. That was Ryan McCormick's birthday. So here we go. Here's a clip from 100 episodes ago. On the other side of this piece of video, we got Mr. Kevin Belenkoff via the video. So enjoy this. Ryan's birthday, 100 shows ago. Sitting behind where you can look at him, but please don't touch him. Producer Ryan McCormick, a.k.a. Hey, golden birthday boy. Woo, golden birthday. Yay,
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Ryan, you have a sash on. You got balloons.
Yeah, courtesy of Alex getting the decorations.
Yeah, we didn't have any of the happy face balloons left over.
The rest of the crew helping out, setting it up. So
yeah, very nice, Alex. Alex was in early, right?
I was,
You
yes.
did that early. Beat. You usually get here pretty early too.
yeah, well, yeah. She also had to get ready for Sports by the Book this morning.
That is true.
So-
So what do we have there? We have some gold balloons because it's your golden birthday. There's a 2-4 there.
Pretty
Yeah.
nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah. And then what's your sash say, birthday boy?
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. And what are your plans for today on your birthday?
After the show, my dad, brother, and I are going golfing, and then
Nice.
we're going out to dinner with Tiff, Aubrey,
Nice.
and my dad's side. So.
Now, have you taken Aubrey to a restaurant yet?
No.
Is this possibly the first
Well,
outing?
We took her to the beach this past weekend, and so we kind of took her everywhere we went in California. So
Oh, you went to California?
technically, yes.
Where were you in California?
We were in the Newport area.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did anyone know that?
Yeah, we all knew that.
I feel like I told you we were taking her to the beach, her first beach
Yeah, a
trip.
couple times.
Oh, is that when I went on my rant about Lake Mead's beach? Which is not a beach.
Yes.
It's just rocks. It's a quarry with water. Here we go. Welcome back to the show. Happy birthday, Ryan. Yay, 100 shows ago, Ryan's birthday. Yay,
It's a
show.
little scary that it was 100 episodes ago. 100 episodes in the future. We're on a Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
don't know
It
if I
is.
like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his return to the show. We haven't seen him in a while, but it is football season. Kevin Belenkoff is on the show.
Yeah,
Kevin, game show
Thank you.
genius producer. Also,
That was a smattering of applause, wasn't it?
well, that we only have 7 people, 2, 4,
That's
6.
a smattering.
It's a smattering, but Kevin, you send me pics all the time. I love seeing them. You
I
always
know I should have skipped last week, however.
You had
that was a bad first week. I'll be the first to admit it.
you had a bad week on NFL, but you're going to come back
Yeah,
strong.
the college was okay, but the NFL,
Yeah,
I think, on a serious note, I think that the preseason going to only 3 games has really messed up my handicapping in the first week, the kind of tried and true stuff that I often use.
Oh, interesting.
So, because starters never play now.
Yeah.
And you see a guy like a Burrow in Cincinnati who's clearly not ready to go. I didn't have that game, but anyway, there you go.
Well, I took the Bengals and lost out on tens of thousands of dollars. But
I
anyway,
wonder who took the Patriots.
shut up, Ryan. I know you had the Patriots. So what are you looking at? Do you have college you want to talk first or pros?
I kind of did what Jeff did. I got one tonight, one Saturday, one Sunday.
Love it.
Tonight, I like the under in the Kansas UNLV game. I don't know what they're talking about UNLV out where you guys are.
A lot.
They've played a perfect game last week against, I think it was a preschool team that they played against. They scored 70 points. Coming off scoring 45 or more, they've gone under in 6 straight. Kansas has gone under in 10 of 12 after they've played a messy game where they committed 4 more turnovers. So everything went right for UNLV. Everything went wrong for Kansas. So I kind of looked for that to reverse a little bit. Low-scoring game. We'll play it under 57.5. Doesn't even have to be that low-scoring.
All right, Jeff is nodding. He is that something? Or are you mixing? You look like a DJ because you only have one.
It's just because of the way that it comes into the headset for me. But no, that's Kansas is like Kevin just said. That was everything that could go wrong went wrong in Champaign last week. They only lose by 1 score. UNLV. I think it was Utah Tech was the team they're still scoring on a week later.
Still scoring.
But I actually don't have a play on that game.
Okay.
Now that it's I think it would be the only. There's a 58 if you want to go under a better number even than what Kevin said out there, and
that's even better.
That would be the best way to do it. I'd follow Kevin. I don't have a play.
And by the way, if you're in the area or you have the iHeartRadio app, you can listen to our own Matt Neverett as the voice of Rebel football calling the game for UNLV. He's undefeated. He's 2-0. So,
it's a good start.
It's a good start. All right. And then on Saturday, what are you looking at, Kevin?
Well, you guys were talking about it a little bit. I like Colorado State. Colorado is one of the more overrated teams. Sure. They have been since about week 3 last year.
Totally.
They're 5-13 against the number on the road. They're just not a good road team, even though they're not traveling very far. And at home against non-conference teams as an underdog, Colorado State 11-4-1 against the spread. They played pretty well while getting clobbered, a couple weeks ago, but should be a close enough game that I'll take the points with Colorado State.
Yeah, we were talking during the punch ball. How long does Deion's antics play?
I don't know if he's going to make it next year. I mean, he may get so annoyed and irritated that he throws up his hands and walks away this year. And I mean, interesting personality, rotten coach. When he was at Jacksonville State, I mean, he recruited so well. They had athletes they'd never had before.
Yeah, like Hunter.
Colorado's major program, even though they don't often play like it, but they're going to play a major schedule, so it's going to be tough for them. We'll look at Colorado State here plus the points.
I like it. All right, and you're spreading it around, so you have an NFL pick as well.
Yes. Okay. So week 2 rule in the NFL. It's like a rule you must follow.
Okay, I'm listening.
Is teams are never as good as they looked in week 1, and they're never as bad as they looked in week 1.
That's good.
So the bad teams are going to look a little better. Good teams are going to look a little worse. Tampa Bay looked pretty good, right? At home against a crappy Washington team. Now they got to go on the road to Detroit. You know what? I've had this stat. Well, first of all, Detroit's in their second consecutive at home. They're 7-1 against the number. In that situation, they only gave up 20, which for them is pretty good against the Rams. In fact, they're 13-4 against the spread after they allow 20 or fewer points. But here's the number that just kind of blew me away. Baker Mayfield, right? Quarterback, had some good games, had some bad games. He beats up on lousy teams. His record against teams that are undefeated, which the Lions are, I know it's only 1-0, but his record against undefeated teams is 0-8 against the spread.
Ooh.
And if you want to look a few weeks in the future, his record against teams that are 800 or better, they've won 4 out of 5 games, 1-13 against the number.
Wow.
So you play on Mayfield against the lousy teams, you play against them against the good teams, and you cash weekly. And that's a good thing to do.
Oh, I like that a lot. That sounds pretty good. Those are some good numbers.
Keep it easy. Don't. I mean,
keep it simple.
That's one of the things that also is like try not to bog yourself down in all these numbers and just look for a few key ones that you can really hang yourself on. Or have to hang yourself. So, but so those are the 3 I'm looking at. But I'm still, Frank is like eagerly holding on to his phone, waiting for my text every Saturday morning with my college plays, and so I'll have that. But I'm still working on those. I tended to, by the way, by 12:38 or whatever, you gave out a bunch of picks. I tend to disagree with all of those.
Whoa,
with the exception of Dallas. I like the Dallas play. A tried and true kind of relates to what I was talking about, teams not being as good or bad as they look. If you go against the team in week 2 that had the largest margin of victory in week 1.
Okay.
You with me here?
Yeah.
That was New Orleans. And if you go against that team in week 2, it's something insane, like 18 out of the last 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if I'll officially play that game, but if I did, I'd be playing Dallas.
I like it. All right. Today is Friday the 13th, Kevin. Do you have any superstitions How do you feel about that? Are you?
I am superstitious about not being superstitious, if that makes any sense at all.
It
So,
does.
like, well, gamblers are very superstitious.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, if you're playing dice and you throw the dice off the table, everybody says, same dice, same dice. I intentionally do not use the same dice, sometimes to my peril. So I'm not, I change my underwear every day, if you must know. I don't have any superstitions that I follow.
Okay.
Other than to not follow superstitions.
And my last question is, how is it that you found a shirt that exactly matches the paint behind you? Because you look like a floating head.
No, see, here's the problem, okay?
Similar.
When I'm on like a Zoom call, I have a collection of backgrounds that I can be in outer space.
Well, you could have done that for us.
TV studio. But this is like not officially Zoom. This is officially some other platform you guys use. So I don't have any
YouTube.
background. Okay. But by the way, I do like even before you talked about it, I was admiring your shirt, Frank. It's a very Frank shirt.
It is. It is.
Frank either wears a shirt like that, very simple, or it's a shirt he got for free from working on a show. Those are the kinds of shirts that Frank wears.
Yeah, I haven't. I have
a Monopoly shirt
collection of those. I probably do. I have a box that I kind of keep all my show shirts and stuff and all that, and laminates and all that stuff. So yeah, a Monopoly shirt. I'm sure I have one, right?
Yes, there was a Monopoly backpack that was on sale for eBay just the other day. I know it because I have one.
Okay, and how much was it?
Tough, so I was looking to sell it on eBay.
How much was it going?
$300. Somebody was asking for.
Sometimes the swag we get on working on shows. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my God! All right,
but a lot of it just takes one fan that really liked the show, and unfortunately, and you know this, most shows don't last all that long. so like. I got a bunch of free stuff from shows that nobody's ever heard of.
I still have a hoodie from.
They'll all be available on eBay shortly.
There you go.
So if you want anything, just go there.
I still have a hoodie from Rising Star, which was a music show with Josh Groban, Brad Paisley, Kesha, and Ludacris. It's my favorite. It's in my car.
What a combination!
Yeah, it was a singing show where this wall raised based on call. I don't remember.
Did you? You did the warm up on it.
I did. Yeah, I did the warm up. Yeah, and it's in the back of my car.
What's the warm up like on one of those like performance shows? Is it tough because you got to like?
It's easy. It's easy because everyone's ready to see music and they're there and they're usually excited to see music. So that was an
What's the worst? What's the worst? You don't have to identify the show, but you can explain the situation. The worst show you ever had to do?
Monopoly in Vegas.
No, that was great. You had people who've been to Las Vegas for the first time ever. They were going nuts.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here in Vegas was the best because people were so excited and they were from all over the country. We had a small, intimate thing. The worst one was a show Joe Rogan hosted that I quit after day one. It was some hidden camera show that was so bad, and he was such a dick. So I quit. Yeah, so that
you don't quit because I
don't.
You stuck it out through some of mine.
It was a mutual parting. But anyway, Kevin, I appreciate you being on the show. We'll look forward to hearing some more picks. Thank you, Kevin Bellenkopf. Yeah, let's win. Kevin Bellenkopf, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and sound the horn. We got time for some posts. Let's do it. Thank you, Kevin. That was awesome. That Dallas stat in New Orleans is interesting. Team with the biggest win differential. Boom. So some good stats there. Some good numbers. Alex White is in the chat, by the way, and says, I guess I get to trade Thomas for Kenny White? ?
Or you could do the team by yourself.
Oh, zing! Very good. All right. So I know you work hard on these. So we got some good ones that we want to show before we go off the air.
So we'll use the timely ones.
Yeah, sure.
The one we're going to start off with, unfortunately, is Tua Tagovailoa. With his concussion last night, it is a question whether or not we'll get to see him again.
Yeah.
Just wanted to take a look at his contract because he does have $167 million in guarantees. 43 million of which he got for this season, meaning so he has 124 million in guarantees on the books still. If he is medically cleared to return to football, but decides that he doesn't want to play anymore and retires, he forgoes that 124 million.
As it should be, right? Yeah.
If he is medically forced into retirement, he has the right to collect that 124 million. If he passes his physical in March, but the Dolphins want to release him, he's able to get 50 million and the other 74 after the fact. But basically, depending on the move that they make, if they release him after June 1st of next year, the Dolphins almost 84 million in dead cap.
Yeah, that's I hope the best for him. I think someone asked Mike, why is his name?
McDaniel.
McDaniels. What
No
did you,
S.
Mike? What?
No S. McDaniel.
No S.
Sorry. What did you say to him when you kissed him on? I said, you're the quarterback of your family. You know, so worry about that first. So
Yep.
There you go. Reno Paul, also, while we're on a down note, he has COVID. He's watching the show. Hello to the best show on the internet.
Feel better, Reno.
Feel better, Reno Paul.
Yeah,
Take
feel
some of those
better.
picks. All right, moving on to something a little lighter.
Yes. Well, now we're going to go to, I believe, WNBA. No. Sorry. Another NFL thing.
For Jeff.
Yeah. Specifically because the Jets quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown for 300 yards in a passing game, or hasn't thrown 300 passing yards in a game since week 14 of 2021. Frank sent this stat, and the stat had included Andy Dalton did it 3 times for 3 different franchises. So I decided to go look at other quarterbacks that have thrown for 300 yards more recently than Aaron Rodgers. Big Ben did it once in 2021, one of his final games of his career. He threw for 300 yards. Tom Brady has done it 10 times with 2 400-yard games. Mac Jones has done it 3 times. Derek Carr has done it 8 times, and Patrick Mahomes has done it 14 times with 4 400-yard passing games.
Jeff.
Good thing passing yards don't equate winning.
I
mean, Andy Dalton, I would imagine Andy Dalton's 0-3 in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine Andy Dalton's
What
0-3
is he, the
in
Red
those
Rocket,
games.
the Red Rifle?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The better question, more so than anything, because by the way, that's more of an indictment of the 2022 Packers more so than anything.
Yeah.
How did Big Ben have a 300-yard passing game in that stretch when he legitimately could barely throw a forward pass by the
It
end?
might have been the last game against Cleveland, maybe. I don't know.
What was it? Right?
I think it was the week 16
Okay, yeah.
of 2021.
Well, that would be. I think
Okay.
that was the Browns, or was that 17?
Yeah, I'm a little
have to go
surprised that Roethlisberger even
I miss Ben
completed up.
Roethlisberger so much.
You-
I saw his whole career. That's one player I can say I saw every game.
Well, Ben
Bradshaw, I did.
that draft is going to, even though people will
Amazing.
have consternation about Eli, all 3 of
Hall
those
of Fame.
guys are going to the Hall of Fame. Eli, Rivers,
Super Bowls.
and Roethlisberger, they're all going.
Except for Rivers. Yeah.
Rivers
I'm
is
sorry.
going now.
It was week 14. Their 13th game of the year was against Minnesota. In Minnesota. They
Yeah.
ended up losing 36-28.
See, another loss with a 300-yard
I
passing
think that's
game.
the game Chase Claypool was worried about signaling first
It
down.
was that Thursday night
Yeah.
game. They got in a big hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at first, instead of signaling for celebrating that when we needed to get to the line and spike it.
Yeah.
Sean and I were just talking about
So that was actually, once again, proving my point with the 300-yard passing. Pittsburgh was losing that game 23-0. So, of course, Roethlisberger made it to 300
It was
yards.
actually
They got
29
they
to nothing.
ran the ball 3 times in the second.
Drawn up plays, Jesus.
It was actually 29-0.
Even better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost that would have been it. But
Lost
Chase Claypool.
28-36.
And what team is he on currently in the NFL?
Is he still? Is he?
None. I don't think he's on any team.
I don't think he's
No,
on
I
the
think they
roster.
dropped him.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers and Jeff Parles had the same amount of 300-yard games since week 14
Yeah, Chase
of
Claypool's
2021.
not.
says
Who
Keith
said that?
Lyle. Keith Lyle said you and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, so Keith Lyle has the same amount.
And
as
Keith
everyone.
Lyle, too.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
okay.
Good
Yeah,
comeback.
That's a good
All
comeback.
right, what else we got, Ryan?
Well, so now we're going to go to WNBA stuff.
Asia.
In a rookie named Caitlin Clark, just doing stuff with the Fever, taking hacks in a batting cage.
Oh, yeah, how about this? So this is Caitlin Clark. Oh,
Oopsie, sorry. My bad.
that's not Caitlin Clark.
Oh, this is more. I don't
So here we go. Can she do it all? You have a picture of Nuke Swoosh.
I'm sure it's gonna ricochet.
Excellent. So she had a pretty good swing.
Meh.
So I hit dingers.
T-ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
It's a process. She's working through it. Anyway, Caitlin Clark can do no wrong. Way to go, Caitlin.
Yeah. But now we'll go to Asia Wilson since the two are playing against each other tonight. Asia Wilson,
right.
looking at different stats categories. She leads the league in points. She set the record on Wednesday. Is almost 200 points more than Enrique Agumawale. She is second in the league in rebounds behind Angel Reese, who is not playing for the rest of this year. So Asia could catch her with that number. She leads the league by 12 blocks with 3 games remaining. She leads the league in steals, or second in steals behind Enrique Agumawale again by 11. Just to show you kind of
She's the MVP. I mean, Caitlin Clark's rookie of the year.
MVP. I mean, it's going to be unanimous,
Yeah.
and I think we're now actually at the point now with Asia where she's still young enough at this rate to have at least another 8-9 years at a
Get
high
the
level.
conversation, right? Yeah.
I mean, Asia Wilson at this rate, when she retires, is going to be the best player in the history of the WNBA, and I don't even think there's going to be a debate at that point.
Yeah, there you go.
when she retires.
That's what I'm saying.
When she retires.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin has another 10 years.
There you
Yeah,
go.
well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
Not
see. We'll
sorry,
see how it all
Wilson.
plays out. But
They both were number 22.
yeah,
by the
22
way.
is a good number.
Yeah,
in
they both
women's
were number
basketball,
22.
obviously. Yeah.
It's also a banger Taylor Swift song.
Okay. So we show Caitlin Clark, who, of course, is a rookie. Now we're going to go to baseball, taking more swings. Another rookie, Jackson Churio, became the youngest player in Major League Baseball history to have a 20 home run, 20 stolen base season with his 20th home run of the year last night in San Francisco against the Giants. Can you two name the two other players that he beat?
Or youngest?
Okay, so
Eric
Jackson
Davis?
Churio is 20 years old, 20-year-old season. The other two players were 20 years
Ken
old
Griffey.
to enter the season, but ended up hitting their 20th
Ken
homer
Griffey
or
Jr.?
stolen base. No.
Wow. Or Eric Davis is always mine.
Nope.
Ooh, Jesus.
Nope. One is a current. One was before
Acuna?
you were born.
Acuna?
Nope.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, Willie Mays?
Nope.
Right. Oh, Stan Musial.
No. No. I wish, but no.
How many shows in a row is that now?
That's 10, 15.
We had some breaks. In
Yeah,
there.
we had a couple
Okay.
up. I don't.
Current player not actually playing.
Trout.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Mike Trout.
Mike Trout did
Yeah.
it in 2012.
So good.
A 30 home run, 49 stolen base
I didn't
season.
realize Trout was that young, actually, when he
Yeah,
had that
me
first
neither.
big year.
Yep.
But it's the only one that was possible once he said Acuna, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, and who was the other one?
Acuna did it as a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
He is
okay.
now the fifth oldest player
was
to reach
close.
20, or fifth youngest player to reach 20, or yeah,
What are the
2020.
initials of the player, the old one?
VP.
Vic Power.
No, it is a 4-letter first name.
Vice.
Wow, I have no idea.
Vane
I have no idea.
Veda
Pinson.
Pinson.
I know the name. I would have never got
That would
that.
never
Minnesota.
got.
Veda
Never,
Pinson?
never would have gotten that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Did it in 1959.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew his last name as soon as you said Veda, but
So
pretty
the
wild.
other two closest players that are also currently playing, so you did ask Acuna.
Yeah.
And then Julio Rodriguez was the other one
yeah,
to
that
do it
makes
at
sense.
21 years old,
Makes sense.
2022.
All right, cool.
Okay, so and two last things to get you out.
Sure.
One being sports, one is not. The Arizona Diamondbacks are entering a series against the Milwaukee Brewers. They are giving out an inverse of their City Connects jerseys
Oh.
on Sunday. A black Serpientes
Oh.
with the teal blue.
I
Just
kind of like that.
Those
actually.
are cool. Yeah, I kind of do too.
I thought they were pretty cool. Caden liked his title of Drunken Snake, being that they are playing the Brewers this weekend.
Caden, put it on our list. Drunken Snake is solid. Put it on our list of top names ever. Yeah, that's a cool one. And by the way, the NFL, the intercept cancer stuff, you're not a big fan of?
Well, the
multi-
crucial catch. No,
Yeah, crucial catch.
I think it's a great.
Great program.
yeah,
You don't
great
like
program.
all the plaid and colors.
Yeah, this year's I don't
Thinking
like.
about the Steelers. I'm
Not-
thinking about
not
the
a
Steelers
personal
one. All right, then you have
favorite.
one final one?
One final one, not anything to do with sports, but if you are looking to come down to the South Point, the property has just recently renovated its suites, and the GM of the property, Ryan Growney, is going to give you a little tour of those suites. So here we
All
go.
right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 25th floor of the South Point. Looking forward to showing you our brand new specialty suites. So the suites were completely redone, all the way from the floors to the walls
Nice.
to the ceiling to the furniture, all done. So these suites vary in size. So 1-bedroom variety, you have 1,000 square foot of living space. 2-bedroom variety, 1,500 square feet. So this size for this size room is a perfect kitchen, refrigerator, sink, all the cabinetry you might need in case you might bring some stuff in for entertaining purposes.
Sweet.
Now I walk into the living room. We didn't want to go all wood floors throughout the entire room. We're afraid it'd have too much echo to it. Especially
The sitting
if you're
area is the most
entertaining,
important for me. I
and
love
you get
that.
some people in here, so we added an inlay carpet, beautiful
Yeah, you got a
colors,
flat
the
screen.
browns, the blues. We call this the Western Suite. We're Vegas Cowboy Central, so we had to make half of our suite the Western variety.
Very
Some
nice.
Beautiful Western artwork. We got horses in here, saddles in the bedroom. I think the tooling on the chairs, I think,
Ooh.
really accentuate the Western
Look like a
feel of
saddle,
the
yeah.
suite, and couldn't be happier with how this living room turned out. Here we are, 500 square foot bedroom. This would be the master bedroom in the 2-bedroom variety. There are 2 queen beds in the other side. But I think the room turned out beautiful. Big headboards, all new furniture, same wood and carpet inlaid floors. The wallpaper, when it was sampled, I was a little bit suspect, but I think it gives the room a lot of pop. It's a lot of fun. So again, I just think it turned out fantastic. And we've had some great reviews on these suites.
That's pretty cool.
Come on down and stay at the
Beautiful.
South Point.
I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time up. That's nice. It looks great. South Point, 11 restaurants. Come down. Always something happening. We appreciate you guys watching the show. Please share, subscribe, like. If you want to be in the chat next week, come back, subscribe. You can be in 5 minutes. Monday, Alex White will be here with Ryan and I. We look forward to that. Jeff, always a pleasure when you're here.
Always fun.
You're the best. All right, make sure you watch Sports by the Book. Today at 2 o'clock, you have Friday Football
What, her
Frenzy.
saying-
Football Frenzy on a Friday.
Football Frenzy on a Friday in less than an hour.
Yep.
We'll see you next week. Thank you. Punchlines live and about every show.